And here we are. This was day it's -2.
-2.
-2 of IAA. Actually, our very first IAA,
Yes, yes, it is.
the biggest car show here in Frankfurt. Not, not,
Biannual
not the biggest car show in Frankfurt, globally,
in the
in the
world.
whole world, right? And if this kind of wrap-up format looks and sounds familiar, it's basically because Vodafone is supporting us again. We did this already for 3 days at IFA about 2 weeks ago, and now we're gonna do this at the biggest car show in the...
In the world.
I would guess it's in the universe.
In the universe.
It's in the universe. It is huge.
It is huge. I just did 4,000 steps to walk down to the other side to try to sort out some nice, solid fiber for our live stream that's happening on the 17th at 5 o'clock.
And did you get some? How many meters?
No, I didn't get any.
Oh, Jesus. That sounds quite... So what's going to happen?
You have to tune in to find out.
That's going to be fun. That was a good one. He wanted to be in the shot.
Yeah, his
Definitely.
little product placement. So we're actually here in the multimodal mobility hall. So this is actually like a little stand for apps that are trying to revolutionize the way that people connect in order to get around. So it's like scooter sharing. There's a bicycle enabling company here that is like helping provide bikes to girls and students in Africa.
And there's one of these electric scooters.
There's electric scooters. I mean, like, there's
all over the place.
It's not just about like future concept
very
cars.
Startup-ish.
It's about everything. Like, there's everything here at IAA.
Very startup-ish.
Well, this is very startup-ish, yeah.
Yeah. But anyways, besides that, just to give you a little glimpse of an idea about the scale of IAA, you said IDF.
Did I say IDF?
Yeah, you said IDF.
Whoops.
That was 4 weeks ago.
That was 4 weeks ago.
That was the Inter Developers Forum.
It's been a long couple weeks on the road.
Yeah. We've been on the road since the 16th of August.
Yeah.
Just to give you an idea. But, talking about the scale of IAA and what this means for the overall industry, when you're taking a look at the whole of the Volkswagen Group, Audi, BMW, or Mercedes, I'm pretty sure that each and every Northern American car show combined would fit into one of these halls. The first time I went to Detroit was like roughly about 5 years ago for the Detroit Auto Show, right? And I was so disappointed because after 15 minutes I didn't know what to do anymore. That was gone. I said, that's the famous Detroit Auto Show? Are you kidding me? Am I on candid camera or what? Right? Everyone was making fun out of me. That was weird.
I mean, I am legitimately blown away by the scale of things. The booths are just enormous, and just like the volume of cars in like one space. That Bentley booth is unbelievable.
Oh, yeah.
I know. I was just like, what is this fiber car? I mean, like just the designs are just so different than everything I'm used to.
Yeah.
I mean, this is really something that I just really never expected.
And once again, what you need to keep in mind is it only happens every 2 years. That means for all those premium brands, they really want to show off over here. And this is why IAA is also a crib for lots of concept cars, lots of show cars. But what's interesting about all these show cars that we saw from Mercedes or from Audi or from Porsche is, how quickly the design and technology is having an impact on the models that are going into the mass production.
Yeah.
So the concept car from Audi that we saw, the Porsche electric car that we saw, those cars are almost production ready.
Wow.
Right? And we're talking about a car that goes around 300 miles, electric car 300 miles on one charge. And to be honest, I'm sorry, when I look at all the technology, they integrated it into it, and also to make it, aerodynamically very, very efficient. This is where, this experience those manufacturers have really pays off, right? And this is something that you just can't compare. I'm sorry about this. I know that Tesla is really ruining the electric world in terms of the range they have. But when I look at the build quality and the interior, this is on a different level. I'm sorry. I'm not apologizing in front of you because you don't own a Tesla.
I don't. No, I don't own one. It's true.
I love Tesla for its engine, and I love Tesla for being a driver for the overall industry and the impact they've had. Tesla was a kick in the butt of the traditional car industry, and it was so important for them that we need to think about ecosystems of the future, infrastructures of the future of mobility, and it's starting. It's not starting; it's here.
So now let's talk about, because I really want you to kind of break this down for me.
Yeah.
The craziest car, or that's getting the most buzz from the show, it's the Bugatti.
Well, there's a new Bugatti Veyron.
Yeah.
Right.
So let's talk about that, because the design is unbelievable.
I would love to talk about that, but I had no time to see it.
What? It's too big. You haven't made it there yet.
No. I've been there, but about an hour before the press conference, and that also means they were still hidden by this
covered up.
Covered
So
up.
like, just to give you guys an idea of what goes on here on the press days, when you look at the schedule, the releases are 15 to 20 minutes long, and they are back to back to back, and it's hall 3, and then it's hall 6, and then it's hall 11, and then it's hall 1, and there's no actual way to make it across
No.
the sheer size of this ground. It's impossible to get to each one. So I guess to get your impressions on the Bugatti, you guys are gonna have to tune in tomorrow.
I saw the shape of it under the cover. I also saw the shape of their GT vision of the future of an endurance racing car, which would be great to see Bugatti back into at Le Mans. I think we also had Hyundai. Hyundai also had a kind of vision, kind of design of the future, a green car, a green racing car of the future. And once again, I've been on the show for like 6 or 7 consecutive hours shooting, mainly at Volkswagen. Then we went over to Audi, and Audi has
the entire
this
center.
booth is out of control.
It looks crazy.
It is. I've never ever seen such a cool booth.
I think
It is so different. Just to give you an idea, first of all, you're getting on the escalator, you're getting on the first floor, then you're walking towards a stylish, dark Audi technology red LED light tunnel, and then you can look through some glasses with 3D virtual projections on. You can already see the booth, right? And then they're giving you extra information and they're showing you designs. It's very Minority Report-like. And then you're walking through the home of Quattro, which is basically an ice chamber. So they put a room that is made of ice into the entrance hallway to their booth, right? And then the next hall or the hallway is basically asphalt. It is like a starting grid of a racetrack where they're promoting all the different racing series they're running. You know what? It takes you like 5 minutes to get through this whole experience, and you think it can't get any better. And then this huge hall is opening right in front of you, and you see like 4 Audi cars, like wheel cars, sticking underneath the ceiling, right? Turning around, like floating somewhere. And it was just out of control, seriously.
I mean, I've honestly never seen anything on this scale before at a trade show.
No.
Right? I mean,
No.
these phone guys, these tech guys,
No,
these guys that we're usually covering.
I've been to Auto Shanghai, and they're the new conference or show center over there, and actually those halls are as big as, if you want to go for, you know what, how about having a fair for cruising ships or for A380s that can land straight into the halls, right? but IAA is it's almost the same. Yeah, it is crazy. It is crazy big, and it's fun. I love it.
Yeah.
For me, it's like being on a vacation.
So, keeping on this kind of amusing things to do here at the trade show, you told me that you got to try out the smart terrain
Yes.
challenge. So, I tried to take footage of this, and then when I hit record, the lady couldn't drive through the course, and then she just kept on having to reverse. But when it was possible, it looked pretty. It looked pretty cool.
You know what? Actually, I never drove a smart car. I've been on the passenger seat before, and so they have this little obstacle course. Like, it feels like it's like 10 by 10 meters or so, or
It's
maybe
tiny.
it's 20 by 20
Yeah,
meters.
it's tiny.
Right? But those tight turns a smart car can do, it feels like a go-kart. It was just so much fun. It was basically all about, just driving one round on the track to get to know the track, and then two more, and they needed to be on the same level. So you needed to drive it, from the lap time. The lap times needs to be as close together as possible. So you had a max gap of like 2 seconds or so. I made it by a second.
Oh.
By a second, yes.
Professional go-kart driver
I'm quite
over
proud
here.
of it. And we have some crazy footage of me on the steering wheel just wheeling it around like crazy. It was fun. And once again, this is just another idea of what's happening here at IAA. The scale of this industry it's just different of how we are experiencing those consumer electronic shows, because you also have the whole supplier chains and the channels. Those tier ones, even tier ones, have huge booths over here, right? It is interesting. Then you have startup halls, and it is fun. It is like a little bit of a happening.
Mm-hmm.
I love it.
So the highlights today for you would definitely be the Mercedes booth.
I'm not sure if it's going to be the Mercedes booth, right? But
Or the Audi. It's a tie.
it has to be Audi.
It has to be Audi.
The
I mean,
Mercedes
they
booth
had,
is
they had a
the
tunnel
Mercedes
of ice.
booth is much bigger.
Yeah.
But it has to be the Audi booth. The Audi booth it's just on a different level. So yeah, once again, I still think the Audi booth was just, hey guys, it's another 2 weeks of IAA. You need to head over here. Right? We're gonna have all this footage available, and I think tomorrow we should also get some footage into this video, right? So people are really getting an idea of what we're talking about.
I mean, there's going to be so many more press conferences, so we're going to take some time to really get some cool footage. I mean, today for me, I was more just like standing around going, right? With this dumb look on my face by the scale
I have no
of
idea
everything.
what she
I
looked
know,
like.
well, I was on my own. I was on my own just wandering the halls.
Yeah.
It was really something quite new for me.
Well, anyways, what we're about to do is we're going to have a live stream, but in general, you should really check out this show.
Yeah.
Right? So IAA is going to last for the next 2 weeks. So we're going to do another wrap-up. Going to show you a little bit more about the cars that they launched, and more about the halls. And you can't call them a booth over here.
You can't.
And it's going to happen tomorrow. So I hope you're going to tune in again for our next Vodafone wrap-up of the IAA 2015. This is Nicole Scooter.
And this is Sasha Pallenberg.
Thank you for watching.